Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Kansas City Chiefs
and the Las Vegas Raiders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They started on the ground with Eckler. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
As the drive continues, it's a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The Raiders at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and then wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Raiders, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Raiders. Darren Waller, 63 yards. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop him. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Throwing to start the drive. Barnett. That's underneath to Pierce. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, this, the second meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold steps away. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's got room. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay? And the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And some room to work.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. And looked over at both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an intercept, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brewer. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Darnold's throw complete here to Waller.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And it'll be intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, Barnett.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing on 1st down, Barnett.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Darnold on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Barnett, he's going to air one out. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Justin Jefferson, 30 yards. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Raiders 7.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he's taken down back at his own 7. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's got some space here. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnett, going for Jefferson downfield. And, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. For the start of the 3rd quarter.
Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. To throw on third down. Barnett, that's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the night. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Darnold. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own own territory. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. Again, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
12 more yards.
On first down, Darnold. Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Eckler will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 68 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Barnett. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Off of play action, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Barnett. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24.
14.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing again is Darnold. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
This is taken at about the 14. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. .43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Brewer. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Darnold. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Darnold from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st down, Kansas City.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Kansas City, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year.